Sassy Scrappers, how are you doing today? This is Steph Thompson, and I'm getting feedback again. I don't know why I always do that. Um, so I am here on Sunday again. So somebody suggested that I call it Super Sassy Sunday instead of Marvelous Monday. So I'm hoping you're not hearing the feedback that I'm hearing. I've got these two things muted, so I don't know why it's doing it. But anyway, I am going to give you a quick little video tonight, and I'm going to start off by using the noteworthy, oops, the wrong one, the noteworthy number 5 simple page kit. And I'm going to kind of give it a little twist tonight. I'm not exactly sure this is still coming out with volume. So anyway, we're going to give it a little twist. And so I'm going to pop it down here on my screen right away so we can get started. I think you can see that now. So the first thing that I'm going to do, and I've told a lot of you this before, is I'm going to do some measuring. I may want to use this pattern again sometime, and I want to know exactly the measurements on everything. So I'm going to start off by just setting the sticker pack onto the side. Actually, I don't know that I'm probably going to use any of these stickers because I'm not doing it having to do with Mom's Day. It's actually just a summer day or a few summer days last year that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to start measuring, and I'm going to measure all the measurements on here first and write them down here. And actually, I'm probably not even going to use 5 and 6 out of this because they're a pink, and I'm going to be doing some fishing and uh, fire and fireworks pictures. So I'm with the boys, so I don't really think this mauve color is going to work very well. But down here it shows other colors that go with the collection. So I might pull in like a canary instead for that. But I'm still going to measure everything so that I can write it down in case I do want to do it again. Now, of course, with our simple page kits, if you haven't seen them before, they give you 2 sheets of paper that are what we call fast to fab, or the decorations and stuff are already on them. And then they give you, and you can, if you don't want to use that side, you can flip it over and use just a plain side. And then they give you a sheet that is all numbered out. And it looks like this on the other side. Sometimes they look even more strange. So I'm going to measure these first of all. I'm going to write the measurements on here. So this box appears to be 8 inches. Okay, 8 inches. So I'm just going to put 8 by 8 on here. Okay. Then this one here, I bet is 4 inches, which it is. So 4 by, and I bet it's 6. So this is going to also be 4 by 6. Then down here at the bottom, we've got a little tag that we're going to make. This one is 2. You always go the horizontal way first. Okay, bet it's 4. What do you want to bet? Yep. Okay. And number 5 is going to be 3 by, I'm sure it's 4. And this one will be 3 by 4. Okay, so I've got all the measurements on here of the things we're going to cut out. But I also need to know what these measurements are, okay? So from here to here is 6.5. So I've got a 6.5. Actually, I have a 12 by 6.5. Put here 12 by 6.5. Then this square here, I bet is 9 by 9. Yep. I'm just going to put a little line to that, 9 by 9. This one I am going to measure 4.5, but I'm going to put 12 by 4.5 because we just cut the end out of this, so we really need a whole 12 inches. 12 by 4.5. And actually, depending on how you want to do it, you can either weld the paper or you can use this one here for a 12 by 12. Or you can weld the paper, but I'd probably go with the 12 by 12 on the back. Then this is the 9 by 9, and this is just a strip of 12 by 4.5. So just kind of, I'm just going to kind of line through that because we're going to start with a whole sheet of paper. Okay, on this side, again, it's probably going to be a whole sheet of paper. So this one's going to be our 12 by 12. This is going to be a 4.5 by 12. And this piece here that lines up with that, guess what? I bet it's going to be 4.5 too. Yep. So it's a 12 by 4.5. Okay. So I've got all those measurements. So if I want to do this page over again, I've got everything I need right here to do it. In the meantime, we're going to make it. The first thing I'm going to do is grab my paper with all of the lines on it, pull out my trimmer, and I'm going to cut on all those lines. So I'm just going to start right here by cutting this solid line all the way down. Again, remember, if you want to be really precise, you can pull out your little sight guides, and they are on both ends, and pull them out. Usually I'm not that precise. I just go with it. Okay. Then I'm going to turn it 90 degrees, and I'm going to cut this square out. And then I am going to cut right here on the number 2. And I'll show you how to do this in a second. And these are my 2 pink ones. I'm not going to cut this because I am going to cut 2 of a different color. So I'm just going to set that aside there. And these are a couple of my mats. I'm going to cut those apart. So I've got that cutting done. We'll pull out my cardstock, and remember those were 3 by 4. Those pink ones. So I'm just going to put it on 3. And then cut it 4. And then cut it 4 again. And those will be in place of the pink. Okay, so we pretty much have our cutting done. How about that? I could put away my ruler unless I want to keep it for lining things up here in a little bit. But and then we're going to need our scissors. And you can either take and cut this just like it shows on here, which probably is about the easiest for now. But you can also take these. That way you'll hit it right in the center. But what I like to do when I make banners like this is I like to take a piece of paper, just grab a scrap piece of paper out of my drawer here. And this is a really wide piece. Maybe I can find a more narrow piece. I don't need this wide. Here's a narrower piece. What I like to do is take and fold it in half, this cardstock. And I don't put a real heavy fold on it. I just kind of hold that corner together and just lightly fold over here. Then I take from the side, the folded side, and cut to the point. Open it up and you've got a flag. That's the easiest way that I find to hit the middle because I can never hit the middle. I'm just going to put that back in my scrapbook in case I need a flag sometime. Okay, so we're going to pull back our instructions, and we can see that this page goes on the right side. So I'm just going to line it up there on my mat. And I do have two 13-inch mats that I use. And I also like to use this mint tape. It is a tape from, actually, I bought it from scrapbooks.com, I believe. And it is a tape that it'll hold your paper down, but it doesn't take the fibers or anything off your paper. So these won't move around on me, but I can take them and pull that up and actually reuse it again. Nothing that creative memory sells. It's just something that works well for me. All right, so we're going to start off by taking number 1, and that will go right in the center of that. Then I'm going to take number 2, and it's the little flag. It goes up here. I've got 3 that goes up here, 4 goes down here, and I've got 5, and I've got 6. So you can kind of do your own thing with these, plant them a little more, a little less, whatever. And that's basically the layout right there, okay? So I am going to lightly put these down. And you just try to center this up. And kind of go by the lines on there. My flag is just going to go up here in the corner. I'm using repositionable tape from Creative Memories. I'm just going to go over 1/8 of an inch from the edge of that. I do think we use these. I think I'll use these stickers, border stickers down here. It shows you how to use some of the embellishments. And this is an embellishment that I think probably will be okay with my pictures. Just going to put it right on the edge. Basically, that's the 1-inch line. If you haven't gotten the Simple Page Kit yet, there's a couple different ways that you can get it. First of all, we have a bundle that has Page Kit 4, 5, and 6 in it. I have those here, a couple of them here on hand. You can just buy the number 5, and I will be ordering that on Monday. The bundles, like I said, come with the 3 different kits. They also, if you buy it in a bundle, you will get an extra little special embellishment pack for each one of the bundles. So 3 little embellishment packs. And you also get 3 of the folders that are like this. They're nice blue. They're a heavy folder. They each have a number on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we're up to now. It can be used for a variety of things. You can keep your Simple Page Kits in them. You can put them in there when they're done. You can use it for multiple other things. Keep the pages in there that you've marked on for your measurements. You can do just all different kinds of things with them. We're always looking for folders, it seems like, to put things in. So that's a good way to get them. And they're numbered, which are great, even if you think for next year for different things, you can use them because they'll be numbered. So you could do one for each month. the year. Alrighty, there we go. Now, over here, we're gonna put four 3.5 by 3.5 photos. And yes, I did cut them out ahead of time because I didn't want you to have to suffer through that. Okay, so there's Hunter and our fish and all his fishing stuff. There's where we went to the movies. There. So that's all there is to it. And then you can embellish it however you want. Now, like I said, on here, I might put the truck down here. I mean, that's kind of okay. But a lot of these things don't really go, maybe the pitchfork, but we're not really working on the farm or anything either. I think I'll probably look for some other embellishments that might work a little bit better with this. But I think the colors, they're not exactly the same, but you've got some blue and green in here. And then, of course, the reason I pulled out the yellow is I'd have yellow, a few spots of yellow around in his shirt and on the fish and stuff. So I think it'll be fine once I figure out some more embellishments to put on it. And when I get that done, I will sure post it. You've got a lot of room also. You can put, your journaling across up here. You could put, a little journaling over here somewhere or on your tag even. So, but very quick and easy. You saw how long it took, and it took me a little bit longer probably because I switched papers and stuff. Otherwise, that wouldn't have taken quite so long. And I did have my pictures already trimmed down to where they would fit. So, but this is the page kit number 5. And like I said, there'll be one every month this year. Very simple and easy. 2-page spread. You're going to get 24 pages done like that. So you can make an album really quick, do one for every month, put your favorite pictures on for just that month, each month, and go from there. Like I said, since I'm not using the embellishments, I'll have these other embellishments that I can use for Mother's Day. And looking on my sheet here, I can see what colors would go well with it. Plus, I'm seeing here. These all go along with the Noteworthy Days collection that came out at the beginning of the year, which most everyone, all your consultants should have it um, for the year. I know I have the collection here. I try to keep it on hand all the time in case someone is needing it to go with something because they all blend together and go well together. I just want to pop back up here and talk to you for just a little bit about what's coming out tomorrow. I have sent out an email. If you're not on my email list and would like to be, please let me know, and I'd be happy to put you on that. The Craft Happy collection is what is coming out tomorrow, and I have several have already ordered. Please jump on to my Facebook page, that the Sassy Scrapper, Steph Thompson, and you can see more information there. And once you purchase something from me, anything from me, you are welcome to be on my Stephssassyscrappers, which is a little bit more personal group site that is just us. It's not public like the Sassy Scrapper is. And you get some extra little points and tips and things there and get a little bit information a little bit sooner there than you do on the Sassy Scrapper. But both are very informative. They show all of my crops, and they are all on there for you to sign up for if you'd like to. All of them that I have scheduled so far anyway. We have our Wacky Wednesday every Wednesday. Would love to have you gals join us then. But check out all the new products that are coming out. And like I said, I'd be happy to order them for you if you live here close. If you live a long way away, let me know and I'll try to help you out a little bit with the shipping so that you can save a little bit on the shipping if you need to order and have it delivered to you. As long as you're over 30 miles away from me, I can maybe be out a little bit there. So just let me know if you need that as well. I love having you join me, and I hope you join me again. And whether it's Super Sassy Monday or Sunday or Marvelous Monday. I'll be here one of those 2 days for sure for you. And then again on Thursday nights, I try to have a quick, easy page for you to do as well. So we'll get those pages done this year. Thanks for joining me and stay sassy. Bye bye.